So I have started the recording and I'll share my screen. Uh, can someone please acknowledge and confirm if my screen is visible? Can someone please acknowledge on the chat, in the chat? Thank you, Shabina. Thank you for the acknowledgement. So, which means my screen is now visible, and this is the agenda for today. That is, I'll be walking you all through this particular points. So I made an an Excel sheet wherein I've filled in all the details that I'll be walking you all through. That is, these are the pointers that I'll be giving a walkthrough on. That is agent setup, booking flow, uh, how to set up a branch, how to set up a markup profile, how to create a staff, key emails, what is reconciliation, offline hotels, exchange rate, and CMS. I believe there's someone to be added. Okay. So we will still wait 3 more minutes because, like I said, I see people joining in post the start time. That is, but we would still give a buffer of 5 minutes. So to be exact, we'll wait for another 3 minutes. And you all could also make a note if you all have a pen and a paper or pen and a diary or a notebook. You all could make a note of these pointers as I proceed. So this is the back end and this is the front end. So I'll be registering from the front end from this particular page. I'll be registering as an agent and then please bear with me. There's a black ribbon. Somehow I'm not able to get rid of. It may not be visible to you. Okay, I was able to get that removed. Somehow it's popping up all of a sudden. Also, in case if my internet fluctuates or if you are not able to hear me clearly, please make a note. I mean, please mention it on the chat, and then I can then troubleshoot on those issues. I hope my internet is working fine and I am audible enough. So let's begin. Thank you for being patient. Thank you for being a patient audience, and I will now begin. It's already past 5 minutes of start time. So let's log in as this agent. I mean, let's register this agent from the front end. So I clicked on agent registration. How do I reach land to this particular page? I'll just show it to you again. I went to sign in. Once I clicked on sign in, then I clicked on agent registration. So any of your agent who wants to register, they will be able to register from by clicking this particular tab. Okay. So this is where the agent would register. This are all the mandatory details to be filled. How do you know? How do I know that this is the mandatory details to be filled? It's denoted with an asterisk sign. So the ones which are denoted with an asterisk sign, those are mandatory details to be filled. Please bear with me. Okay, so let's name this agent. Let's name it March 12. And these are the criterias for the password. That is, uh, that is the password must contain 8 or more characters. It should have at least one lowercase letter, one uppercase letter, at least one number, and one special character. So I'll just enter the password, and then I'll reconfirm this password once I enter it. And here's where I can enter. The agent would register him or herself, and then would enter the company's name. So I just name this company as Dummy March Company. Since this is for demonstration purposes, I'm just filling in dummy data here. Select India, city as Mumbai. Filling in all of these details. And while entering this area code, the phone code, you need to type the phone code and there'll be a drop down. So you select the drop down, just select random number. This is the agent's preferred currency, and you would select his time zone. Once he's done with this, he could then agree to your terms and condition and proceed by clicking submit. Okay, so it says enter address. Okay, the address field was not entered. So if you notice, it gave me a pop-up. So the similar pop-up would be popped up if there is any missing information to be filled. Also, the agent could add his own logo. This is not mandatory. This could be uploaded later. But if in case while registering, if he or she wants to upload the logo, they could upload the logo, and these are the criteria: 150 pixel by 150 pixel. And I'll click on submit. Agree to the terms and condition. I'll click on submit. So it says you have successfully completed the registration process. Please wait for approval. So now the agent would need to wait for approval, meaning that the agent has registered him or herself. However, we would need to go to the backend and activate this agent. I'll show you how to activate the agent. But before that, I'll also show you that the agent may have received a registration email. So let me show you that as well. So this is this is how the agent will receive the registration email. So this would be the content, and this is the agent ID. So now how do the back office user, how will he or she activate this agent? First, they would need to find this agent. So how do they do that? You need to go to customers, agent, and simply click on search. Now, once they reach to this particular page, they could narrow down the search by entering any of these details. If they remember the contact person's name within the registration or that particular email address, they could do that, or simply the username, they could do that. But in case if they do not remember any of this information, they can simply click on search. I believe there's someone to be added. Okay. Okay, so I've added Anar, and Anar, we are at the agent registration page. So I'll show you how, I'm showing you all how to activate this particular agent. So you just have to click to activate. So this is this particular agent that I created just now. See, the agent ID is 370. And by default, this is a cache agent. And how do you know that this is a cache agent? So it denotes with the alphanumeric letter initials as cache CA, cache agent. And this is the code. So now before we activate this agent, we need to give certain rights to the agent. Certain information has to be filled in before we get this agent activated. That is, we need to add a consultant, sales manager, or branch. Now, a consultant could be a back office user and could help in assisting the agent. And the sales manager also could be a back office user who will then who will then take information, who will help the agent. And this is a branch. So all of these three things have not been has not been selected. So for now, I would need to go to the edit section. This is the edit section. I click here. In case if the agent comes up, I mean, if he wants to do any other changes, if he wants you to do any changes, this is the edit section. You can edit the details here. And these are the mandatory details, which denotes with a red asterisk, a red mark, I mean. So like I said, by default, this was a cache agent. So this radio button has been selected as a cache agent. Now let's make him or her a credit agent. So I'll make this agent a credit agent. Now let's add a credit to this agent. So I'm giving as 10,000 INR as a credit limit. And this is credit distribution. If they want to distribute this credit within their sub-agents, they could do that by selecting any of this radio button, no or yes. So I'll keep no for now because I'm assigning all of this other main details. So I'll just add a consultant. If there's someone to be added, please bear with me. Okay. So we are at the agent registration. I mean, we are done with the agent registration. However, now we are giving certain rights to the agent. So I'm assigning a consultant, a sales manager, and a branch. Okay. So these are the rights that are providing to this particular agent. That is allowed to do multi-currency search. Is he or she allowed to make bookings? Are they allowed to create quotation? Are they allowed to make non-refundable bookings? Are they allowed to voucher the bookings? And this particular information, this is crucial. This is called debug mode. So this is not to be assigned to any of your agent. The reason this is being provided, this will reveal all the suppliers information, like what are the count of the inventories, at what rate the supplier is providing the information to us. So this will reveal all the information debug mode. Uh, uh, for now, I'm assigning this rights because I want to show you at the front end what are the benefits of this debug mode for you. And this is receipt allocation. So the agent that the credit has been provided, once they start making the bookings and once they make payments to you guys, that's when you can allocate the receipt. I mean, receipt allocation can be done from the back end, as well as you can give the rights to the agent itself to allocate the receipts. So I believe there's someone to be added. So this is a receipt allocation. Allowed to flights, allowed ticketing. That is, do you want to allow them to issue flight tickets? You could select that. Web service is under development. This has not been implemented yet. You can disregard this because this has not been implemented. This is related to API out, which is for now it's not been implemented, but we will notify you about this. And again, internal agent is also for QTech use, so you can disregard this as well. So I've given all of these rights to the agent. I've assigned a consultant, sales manager, branch. I made him or her a credit agent, and now I'll simply save this. So I have given all this, I've assigned a branch, sale manager, consultant, I've given rights, uh, but you may see that this status is still pending, which means that the agent has not been activated. So I will have to activate this agent. So how do I activate this agent? I simply click to activate, and there'll be a pop-up which says that agent is activated successfully. Here it is, agent activated successfully. So now the agent has been activated. So in case if you want to deactivate the agent, you can simply click on deactivate. So this is where you can play around with this particular button in case if you want to activate the agent or deactivate it, him or her. So you could do that here. Now let's proceed to the Excel sheet. Maintaining this because then I can go in a stepwise format and so that I don't skip anything. So we are done with the agent setup. So these are the steps that I followed. And so this is a username for the agent. Now I'll walk you through the booking flow. But before I walk you through the booking flow, we still have to do we still have to proceed with another step, which is known as online supplier setting. That is, we need to assign suppliers to this agent. Uh, so they could be you may have certain suppliers. I mean, you may not have all of the suppliers. This is a demo environment, hence you can see this many suppliers. But I'll just select one of the supplier which provides us this is a test API. Through test APIs, they will provide us inventories. So I'll select hotel beds. Even though I selected hotel beds for hotel suppliers, the agent will still not get any listing. The reason being because we need to assign a pricing profile, that is a markup profile. And I'll show you how to assign a markup profile. So for now, I'll only selecting the pricing profile which has already been created in this demo environment. But I'll also show you how to create markup profiles, how to create another word for markup profile is pricing profile. So how to create those. So for now, I'm selecting a default PP which has already been created by us, and I'll show you how to create that in the next step. For now, I'm assigning certain suppliers, certain hotel suppliers, transfer suppliers, activity suppliers, and flight suppliers. I'll just select any of this. But please keep in mind for flight runs on a different module, which is known as flight rule engine. If you want to apply a markup, I do not have an option to apply a markup here. The reason is flight runs on a different module known as flight rule engine. So there's a different way to add a flight markup. It's known as flight rule engine. However, this particular markups, that is this markup which has already been created, there's another way to add this particular markup, and I will get a drop down as well. So for now, I'll just select the pricing profile, and this is the lead time. So you can assign a lead time of say 24 hours, 48 hours. So this will be, I'll just hover my mouse over here. This will give you the information. It says lead times adds a buffer and asks to the cancellation policy provided by the supplier. So the supplier will provide you a cancellation date for say for instance, let me give you an example. Say the cancellation date is 6th of March. However, if you add a lead time, the agent will be able to see that the cancellation date is 5th. So that is the purpose of assigning a lead time. So you could keep it in hours, that could be in 24 hours, 48 hours, so on and so forth. So now I'll simply click on save. So I have assigned the pricing profile, I have assigned markups, as well as I've assigned the suppliers. Now let's skip to the page where I can show you how to add the markup, because then this wouldn't be confusing to you. So I'll skip this booking flow for now. I'll show you how to add this markup, how to add the markup profile. So you go to masters. This time you do not go here. You directly skip to masters, markup profile, and click on new. So this is the same markup profile which I already selected from the drop down as default PP. So this is where you can name your markup profile. You could name it whatever you whatever you wish to. Let's just say test March test. And then this is how you can assign a markup profile. That is, if the booking amount is from 0 to say 1000 INR, then you could assign a markup profile, say of an amount of 100 or a percentage of say 2%. Or in case if you do not want to enter the amount, you can simply enter the percentage, that is 2%, or either or. It could be either or it could be both. So let's keep it as 100 and this as 2%. And so on, you could keep adding the markup profile. So after the 1000, if I click on the plus icon, it would be 1000 to 2000. And then I could keep another amount, say 150 to say 1.5%. And then I would simply click on save. I could mark this as a default profile. So any of the agent that would register, you could mark this as a default profile, and this markup profile would be added to that particular agent. However, for now, I'm not assigning a markup profile because there are plenty of markup profile already been added in this demo environment. But this is how you add a pricing profile, or in other words, a markup profile. So you go to masters, markup profile, and click on new. Now let's say the markup profile that has been added, you want to search those. So you simply click on, this time you hover your mouse to search and you click on search. So these are the markup profiles being added. So since this is a demo environment, we have multiple markups profiles created. And this is where you can add I mean, you can search the markup profiles. You could do a quick search as well by hovering your mouse here, clicking here, and say March. Now, let's say you want to edit the markup profile. You can click on edit. You could click on edit. So simply go back. Say you want to delete it. You could delete it, or you just want to view the markup profile. You can view the markup profile here. So this is how you add a markup profile, or in other words, a pricing profile. And where do you apply this markup profile, pricing profile? Like I said, you go to agents, enter the agent's username or any of this detail that you remember. You simply click on search and you find this agent. I remember that this is the agent that was created by me. So you go to online supplier setting, and this is where you can add the markup profile. So there are multiple being created here, and this is where I have added. So remember, at the front end, if the agent searches and they do not have, they do not get any listing, this is one way to troubleshoot. That is, you may have not assigned a pricing profile to this agent. So I'll click on save again. So we are done with this particular markup profile. Please bear with me. Okay. So we are done with this markup profile. Now let's walk you through the booking flow. Now here's where it gets interesting. You can log in as this agent without the password as well. There are two ways to log in as the agent. You can click on this particular button or log in as an admin. So I'll simply click on login as the agent. Once I do that, there'll be a new tab open here, and I'll directly get access. I'll be logging in as an agent. So this is the available credit that I gave this agent, and this is the agent's code. So you can keep this handy. I mean, the agent could give you his agent code, and if he wants you to search anything at the backend, you can simply ask him for this code. You can enter the code here, and you can search, and then you can narrow down your search like this. Okay, so this is where you this is how you log in as the agent. Now, these are the different types of services, flights, hotel transfer activities. So to keep it simple, I'll select hotels and I'll select the destination. Now I'm selecting the destination. I'm showing you, I'll walk you through the booking flow now. So selecting random dates. This is where you can play around with the number of nights, travelers information. If you want to reduce it adult amount, you want to add in a child. This is where you could play around. So keep this as 0. If you want to add another room, you could do that. If you want to delete it, you could do that. So I'll keep 1 room, 1 adult now. And this is how you can check the star ratings. You can narrow down the search. I mean, filter this through star ratings. And since I assigned a debug mode, like I said, it was very crucial that I have assigned a debug mode. This option, the agent will be able to see this option. So right now it's showing me that hotel beds has been assigned as a supplier. That is, will be receiving feeds only from hotel beds. And I'll simply click on search. Now we will wait till the hotel get listed, and then I'll walk you all through the listing as well. So how do you know that the debug mode is assigned at the front end? The agent would get to know all of these details. Since the debug mode is assigned, it's mentioned here, and the supplier is hotel beds. Hotel beds is providing this particular inventories. And these are the total number of inventories being provided by hotel beds. So this is where you can narrow down your search. Before I proceed, let me check if my internet is fine and are you all able to, I mean, am I audible enough or is there any hiccups? Let's check the chat. Okay, so everything looks fine for now. Let's proceed. So this is where you can see the benefits of debug mode for you. And this is where you can add the filters. These are the different types of views. This is called a list view. This is a compact view, grid view, map view, and hybrid. Hybrid would be a mix of both. That is a map view and a grid view. So I'll just play around with this. I'll show you each view. This is the compact view. The number of listing would still be the same, but some people would prefer this particular view. This again depends on your preference. So this is a grid view with the image, the amount. This is the map view. Zoom in, zoom out. And like I said, this is the hybrid view. This gives you a listing here as well as a view of the map. So as per my preference, I'll select this particular option. And the agent can also add a quotation. I'll show you how to do that. And this is the detail page. That is, if you click on more details, you will get a street view as well. So click on street view. The agent would get a street view of this hotel. It's opened up on in another tab. These are the hotel amenities, room options, all of these details. So you can play around, I mean, keep navigating at the beginning, at the initial phase, and you will get a grasp of the system navigation. It will get much easier as the day progresses, as you keep practicing. These are the different type of board bases. Say if the agent just wants to filter a particular room by a room only, they could do that. This will be filtered by room only. So similarly, they can then filter by star ratings, by the location, all of these details. I'll also show you how can you take advantage of the debug mode here. I mean, if you want to know, get to know some more information, this is where you can view the debug mode. That is, you click on view per night rate and you hover your mouse to the eye icon. So this gives you a breakdown of the rate. That is a rate. The base rate was 35.98 euros. Then a currency multiplier was applied. If you have an XC, that will be automatically been added, or you manually add that. So that I'll be showing you all in the next webinar. However, here you can see that a markup percentage, the markup amount. Currently, it's all showing zero. The city, you can also apply a city markup, a branch markup. So all of this can be added here and you can view those here. So now let's proceed with the booking. So these are the types of rooms and let's proceed with the booking. So once I enter the traveler's details, it will review, it will ask me to review and then confirm this booking. So I'll proceed with this booking. Just entering dummy details. This is for the Indian clients. So the PAN card details. And you may have your own ways to add the agency reference number. You may be tracking this. So you could add the voucher ID. The agent would have their own ways to add this. And they could continue. Since this is a non-refundable booking, they could then continue and confirm the booking. So now it's taken me to the next step. It says review and confirm booking. So I can review this booking. If I want to make any changes, I can go back to the next step, make those changes. Or if I simply want to confirm, proceed, I would confirm this booking. So let's wait till this gets booked, till it gets voucher. Okay, it says your booking has been vouchered, and this is the booking number. GOHO 4385. So I'll just save this booking number so that I can walk you through the booking details page as well. Now, since we have the booking number, let's proceed. Before I proceed to the booking details page, this is where you can check the invoices. This is a print voucher. They could send a print. They could print this or simply email it to whomever they want to. They could do that here. Similarly, print invoice and customers. This is the customer's invoice. So you can send the customers this invoice to an email or simply print it like this. And it depends on how you would want to send this particular invoice. So if you also observed, I made this particular booking for this amount 3070. There was a available credit of 10,000 INR. So that has been deducted and now it's reflecting here. Also, I could search for this booking I could go to this three lines, go to my bookings. And if I remember the booking ID, I could simply copy paste this, search it. But I want to show you another way. If you do not remember any of this, you simply click on search. I'll get the booking here. I'll get the booking details here. So I've got the booking details. So you can, again, you can navigate this particular pages. You can play around with these pages to know, to get a grasp of the system navigation. Also, there's this feature called My Favorites. This is where you could add the hotels. You could click on the heart icon within the booking, one of the booking, and that will be added to My Favorites. Let me show that to you with an example. Okay. So sometimes you just type the destination and then you click on search, you'll get this particular error, select a destination. The reason being, I mean, these are small changes, but the reason I'm showing you this is because this will save some time. The reason being is the agent, what he or she would do is just type and then click on search. But they would need to wait for this drop down because it's loading here. Once it's loaded, I've selected and now I'll be able to search. So this is how your agent could save time as well. In case of even if you are doing certain bookings, you could save time. I mean, this is a minor thing, but it could be helpful for someone. And this is where you could add the hotels to My Favorites. Like I said, you could add this. And then if you want to view this, if the agent wants to view the hotels, go to My Favorites. And they could come here and they could view this hotel. For now, I'm removing all of this. So how to remove it? Okay. So let's go to my accounts. Before I proceed to the booking details, I'll walk you through the booking details, but let me show you some more information here. Since we gave receipt allocation rights to the agent, this is where the agent could come to allocate receipt and they could add the receipt. So you need to allocate the receipt first at the back end. I'll show you how to do that as well. But this is just for your information that this is where the agent could come and allocate the receipt. Okay. So, and the agent could also add a markup. They also could earn through markups. Uh, this is known as search markup. So let's say the agent, you have added the markup. Now the agent wants to add the markup. So he could add a search markup of 5% or whatever percentage he or she wants to and click on submit. So the next time, if the agent goes back and does a search, they do a search, they will be able to add a markup. I mean, the price that would be listed would be including their markup as well. They could add a markup here as well. And then search. So this is how the agent could earn through markups as well after you adding your own markups. My mouse is acting a little weird. Please bear with me. So this is where you could view the markups as well. So let me go back to my accounts. If the agent wants to change the password, they could do that. If they want to add their operation staff, this particular staff, they would have their own management operation staff. So if they want to add them here, they could do that. In fact, they could also add a sub agent. Within them, they could add sub agents by clicking manage sub agents and adding sub agents. This is how they can add the sub-agent. They could create the username, password, all of these details. They themselves could give this rights to those sub-agents, can voucher booking, can book, allow non-refundable booking, all of these details, and they could add this sub-agent. And where will this reflect at the back end for you guys? It would be here, the sub-agents. So if say for instance, if we add a sub-agent, this would then turn to 1. If you add 2 sub-agents, it would then turn to 2. So you would know that for this particular user, there are 2 sub-agents. And then they could add an operation staff as well. And this would keep increasing as in how many operation staffs do they add? It depends on that. And this would keep increasing. So this is how they can add a sub-agent and a staff. But let's not divert. Let's now proceed to the booking details page because I do not want you to get lost. I know it will be overwhelming at first because this is a very first day for you. But let me show you. Go to the booking page and show you the booking details page. So I made a note of the booking number. Select this. I go to this time I go to bookings. I'm not going to customers, I'm not going to masters. This time I'm going to booking and I'll click on search bookings. Now I clicked on search booking. I could search the booking here directly, or there is a lot of ways to search this booking. You can narrow down the searches, or if you simply remember the booking ID, you just simply copy paste this here and click on search booking. Now I found this particular booking. So found this booking and the service is hotel. It's denoted with a cot icon, a bed icon. So I simply click on this particular booking. To enter this booking details, I clicked on the booking ID and I've entered the booking details page. Here's where I can check the booking information, all of the booking information, the checking date, checkout date, the reservation ID, the deadline date, the voucher ID, all of this. You can edit this. You want to change the voucher ID. You want to know which supplier has provided this particular inventory. Click on supplier's information. Here it is. It gives you the information that Hotel Beds has provided this. What is the base rate after adding the currency multiplier? What is the total amount in INR? That information has been provided as well. This is the approximate revenue that the agent is earning, that you are earning. It will give you a breakdown. So it says this is your markup percent, 8.24%. So after adding 8.24%, this is your total revenue. This gives you the agent's information. So this is the agent's information, the sales manager's name, the consultant's name. This is the passenger's name. That is a traveler's name. Traveler's details, I mean. These are the terms and condition for this booking. So all of this can be seen here. You can simply click on expand all, which will expand like this minus button. If I click here, this will collapse. So let's say these are just shortcut keys, but to say it would save a lot of time for you guys. So I can just click on collapse all. And then I don't have to manually go to each one. And so this is if you want to send this booking details, you want to send an email about this, you could send that as well. Enter the email ID and send, simply click on send. You want to print this particular voucher, you can print it from here. The back office user could do that. You want to print the invoice, the back office user could do it here. Let's say you confirmed, the back office user has confirmed with the hotel about this booking. They could add the hotel confirmation number, the date, all of these details with whom they spoke, and the remark, and then click on submit. That could be added if you want to do a quick modification regarding the hotel name cancellation policy. That could be done here. And if you want to modify would not give you limited information. It would give you, this is a comprehensive way to edit more information through modify booking. So if you want to add another service within this particular booking, you could select any other service. Hotel has already been booked. A booking has already been done. So let's say activities transfer, and then you can add an offline booking here for this particular sector. So that will be reflecting here itself. Within this particular, there would be another tab here, similar to this. There would be another tab of the offline booking that you've added. And online sector will take you to the online page, the booking page. Once you book, then that will be added here. If you want to cancel this booking, you simply hit cancel. You want to check the status history of this booking. So this was being vouchered by back office user on behalf of this agent. So all of that details can be viewed here. Suppliers information details can be viewed here. This is a supplier's confirmation number. In case if you want if the supplier may ask you for the supplier confirmation number, you can find it here itself. This is the booking history. I mean, there are no modification. If there were any modification, the booking modification history would be reflecting here. This is to print the entire page. That is this particular booking page, booking details page. If you want to print this entire page, and for some reason you want to send this, you can print and then you can send this particular page. These are hotel search logs. These are the logs. You can disregard this for now because this won't be handy for you as of now. But this is important, compose message. So if you want to send any conversations that you have through an email through the agent, you could, let's say, you could type any subject. This is just vague, but I'm just typing any type of subject. I want you to please check this booking. And then I could type in message test purpose. And I click on submit. So once I hit submit, the agent will be notified, and then this conversation would be stored here in this particular tab. Message added successfully. And here's where you can see the conversation. You can also download this in an MS Word document. Let me see if I can share some more information on this. This is the agent, the booking page. Remember, I composed a message for this booking. The conversation has been stored here. However, now the agent will view this conversation at this page, at this booking page. So this is where, this is where the agent will receive this conversation, and he can then reply to this. Okay, done. I'm sorry. So he or she has replied. Go back to conversation. I'm sorry, please bear with me. So I just refreshed this page and here it is. I got the conversation, the reply from the agent. He mentioned as okay, done. If the back office user wants to add a note to himself, could add a note as well against this booking. Want to set a reminder at this date and this time, they could do that as well. Please bear with me. Okay, so we were at this particular section, conversation, notes, and these are the XML logs. So this you can disregard for now, but this will be crucial to you. Your day in, day out, your entire team may work on this. So please keep practicing. This will be very helpful to you guys. So we are done with the booking flow. Let me mark this as done. Okay, how to set up a branch. Now you may ask how to set up a branch. So you go to, this time you don't go to customers, bookings, or masters. This time you go to settings, and this is where you can create a branch by clicking on new. I'll not be filling all of these details because a branch has already been created in this demo environment. But this is where you need to fill all this mandatory details. The branch name, let's say head office. Which country is this branch located? Say India. What city is it located? I would say Mumbai. What's the branch email address? So and the accountant's email address. I'm just entering dummy data for now. The phone number, the location, and this is you could also add a branch markup. So let's say I could add a 2% markup for this branch. All of these details. And and do you want the branch to receive this booking emails? Any bookings being done? Do you want this branch to be notified about this? You could do that. So to activate this branch, you click on the checkbox and save. Now, how do you search this branch that you created? You again go back to settings, go to staff. This time you do not select, I'm sorry. You go to settings, branch, you do not select new, you simply click search. So these are the various type of branches that you could create. So I see in the demo environment, we have created head office all over the world, white label, different kinds of branches. So this is how you create a branch. So we are done with creating a branch. I'll also show you how to create a staff. So this is crucial. So I'll show you this staff. This is not the same staff as operation staff. It's not a staff as a sub agent, but this is this particular staff. This show it to you. Okay. So this is this staff. This particular super admin or a sales manager or a consultant or any other rights or an accountant that you create, you give this particular staff access. So I'll show you how to create this. This time again, I go to settings, staff. This I'm not going to branch, I'm going to staff. And I click on new. And I'll enter all of these details. I'll enter all of these details and I'll assign a role for this particular staff. Do I want to make him or her a sales manager? I want to give access as a sales manager or as a super admin uh, or any of this other access that you have created. I'll show you how to give access as well, but not to make it complicated. And since today's session is a lengthy session, I'm just giving you a walkthrough on how to create a user. At what particular tab do you need to go and create this user, and what access and how do you do that? I'll just give you a brief overview on those. So I'll enter all of these details, and then I could then assign all of this. I could keep this account active. And like I said, this is for this particular user. Okay, so now assuming that I've created a staff, okay, I click on search. Now I want to search the stuff. Assuming I have found a stuff. I mean, I've created this particular stuff. Let's say, let's just take any stuff for now. Okay, let's just take qtech underscore test. Let's just take this stuff. So this is where you search the stuff. And this is where you give access to the stuff. Whether you want to make him a super admin, him or a super admin, or all of this is where you can give access to the stuff. So this can get a little complicating for you now, but I'm just giving you a brief overview. Now you created a stuff, you could search the stuff. Now you want to access, you want to give certain access and certain menus, like this particular menus that you want to give access to, all of these menus. You could do that by going to the staff, access, and menu. This is the profile that you'll be creating, that you have already created. Let's say you created a profile known as sales manager. So you just give this menu, that is bookings, customers, message, reports. So all of this, like you see, there are multiple tabs here, but you may not have all of this access. Since this is a demo environment, we have given access to all of these menus. So this is how, if someone comes up within your organization, if you want to create a staff, you want to assign a role, this is how you can create a menu. You can create a menu to that staff. And this is how you can create roles. So this gets a little more complex now. You create a role here. Let's say this was a super ad. Let's say this was March test. I've created a role. I've created a username as March test. So this is where you can play around with if you want to give within this. Say if you want to give access for search booking, you would then need to find those search booking tab, like for example, search booking. Something on those lines. You need to search all of those here and give access. So you need to play around with this to figure out which access needs to be provided. But for now, I would say please do not stress on this for now. Please only work on the previous information that I provided. I'm just giving you a brief overview of how this works. So this is how you create a staff, give access, roles, and menus to that staff. And this is how you create a branch. Again, go to setting, branch, and new. So to keep it simple, I will not proceed with explaining you all of this because this is too complex. It's interconnected and it's too complex. However, I'm just giving you a brief overview. So let's proceed to the next tab. So I've shown you how to create a staff and key emails. So I'll show you how to create key emails or how to send key emails. So this is, again, you go to settings, emails, and you can create new key emails. So these are the email types. That is any booking emails that you want to send to a particular recipient. Say you just want to send this booking emails to your accounts team. You'll type the accounts team member's email address and save. So if any bookings that are being done, any booking done within the system, this particular email address will be notified about the booking emails. So there are this many types of emails which are already been created by us. So you just have to go to the recipient, add the to an email, and you can describe what is this email for. It's described that it's a booking email, and you simply click on save. So how do you reach this page? How do you land up to this page? Settings, email, new. I could also search for these emails. So I know that this particular booking emails will go to this email address with this description. I could edit it from here or I could simply delete it. So this is how you add the recipient and their email addresses. So we are also done with this, that is key emails. Okay. So this has been done as well. Now let's proceed to reconciliation. So how do you reconcile a booking? First, let's search that particular booking that I created, that has been created. How do I search? Go to bookings, click on search bookings, click on booking ID, and simply click on search booking. Now I found out this particular booking ID. Now this is a good practice of reconciliation. You can how do you know that this has not been reconciled? It denotes with a red flag. So you click on reconciliation. This will directly take you to the next tab where you can reconcile this booking. So you can check if everything is in green, which means that everything is fine. If there's something in red, uh, let's say that you did not receive the deadline date from the hotel beds, then this would then turn in red. You could then contact hotel beds, or if you find any discrepancy, you could simply click on the dispute icon. Once you click on this dispute icon, our support team will be notified about this discrepancy, and then they will work on this. Meanwhile, you could also check with the supplier, but if you feel that this could be done from our end, you can simply click on dispute and our support team will be notified. And if you feel everything is fine, then you simply click on recon, which means it's reconciled. Now the red flag will turn into green once I click on reconcile. So it says booking status updated for this booking number. So if I go back to this particular booking, so if it's showing in red, however, I just have to refresh this page. Now it's turned in green. Similarly, in case if you do not want to go to this particular flag, you directly want to reconcile a particular booking. Let's say there are multiple bookings being done, but you want to find a tab where you can go directly, enter the booking ID and reconcile and do the reconciliation. So how do you do that? You go to bookings, reconciliation, manual. You enter the booking ID and you click on view booking. And again, you land up to this page. And like I said, so now it's already reconciled. So I got a pop-up as already reconciled. And if you remember clearly, there was a thumbs up icon, which was to reconcile, and a thumbs down icon, which was to dispute. But this has been reconciled by me. So this is how you land up to this page. So we are also done with reconciliation. Now let's proceed to offline. Let's proceed to offline booking. How do you enter the offline bookings? Let's say you already have done some offline bookings. Now you want to enter those in the OTRAM system. You go to bookings, new offline bookings, and simply click on hotel. Now you'll search the agent's information by typing his or her name or the agent code, whichever is feasible, whichever is handy at that point of time. Once you enter the agent's details, here you get the credit value, the usage of that agent, and here you would select the room, number of room, and then you would simply add the offline booking that you want to add. You would enter all these mandatory details. Hotel name, just selecting anything for now. And this is where you can add the offline booking. All of these details can be filled by you. Let's just add for now make this as a confirmed booking. See, I'm just giving some random number. Testing. Whether it's an online supplier or an local offline supplier, you could select that. Let's say I got this from Garena. Currency, INR. But then if there was any markup added for this booking, all of these details can be added here. And if you want the emails to be sent to the agent and consultant, you can check box this. Email settings would be the key email that I showed you. Whatever information has been sent to new offline bookings within the key emails that I showed you previously, those would be triggered to those emails, to that particular recipient. Or whether you want to email it to the supplier, could do that as well. And simply click on save. So here the booking has been created, added, I mean. Here you get all of this information. I'm sorry, all of this information that you added can be seen here. This again all remains the same. So this is how you can add an offline booking. Similarly, we have got it for flights, transfers, activities. And also for flights, like I said, it runs on a different module known as Flight Rule Engine. That is the markup for flights. So you go to tools, flights. This I'll be showing you in the next webinar, which is this Monday. Since usually we keep the webinars on Tuesday, Thursdays, but this time, as an exception, we've kept it on Monday because there's a public holiday here in India. But however, I would request you all to please do attend this webinar for regarding flights. So I'll show you how to add a flight rule as well, flight rule markup as well. So this has been done. Exchange rate. Okay, let's proceed to the exchange rate. So this time you do not have to go to settings or let's say customers bookings. We've also explored masters. This time we'll explore tools because this is where you can manually add the exchange rates if you do not have XC. So you go to tools, exchange rate, and matrix. You could add a markup for the currency exchange as well. Let's say 1%, 2%, whatever percentage is feasible to you. And this is where you can see the exchange rate. You can manually add the exchange rate. Say USD. So this will give me USD to this particular currency, USD to Great Britain pound, USD to INR. Let's say I want to make it as today's the rate was 80. So you need to manually come here and add it in case if you have not integrated XC. So this is how you add the currency exchange. So this has been done. Let's explore CMS. So what is the use of CMS? I'll show it to you. Let me get rid of the tabs for now. I'll also log out from this as this agent. I want to show you what is the use of CMS and how you can leverage or take advantage of this and work around with the CMS. So all of these details that you see, that this particular image, about us, contact us, terms and condition, privacy policy, affiliate programs, terms and condition, all of this can be manipulated from the backend. You may ask, how do you do that? So you go to tools and simply click on CMS manager. Here is where you can play around with the images or your disclaimers, your terms and condition about us, all of that details. But this is all extra information which is in the demo environment. You will not be able to see all of this. You will just have this access to these two options. That is clear the content or edit the content. Let's say I want to edit the content for about us. I'll not be doing any edits, but I'll just show you how it's done. So this is a default lorem SPM content. So you have your own content. You copy paste this here and you can save. Let's say you want to add more to your core values, your ethics, all of that. That could be added here by clicking add. Like this has been added. Now you want to delete this, delete. So all of this can be added here. You want to reset all of this, you can reset, expand all. It says open all instead of expand all. So this will expand all of this. About us goal. So this is how you can play around with the images. You can upload the image. This is the criteria for the image, 252 by 139 pixel. You can upload your own image here. You can choose your own image. I'm not adding because this is a demo environment and I do not want to mess this up. But this is how you can change. Let's say I'll just download this image. Save it. Let me see if I can give you some more information on this. Let's upload this image again. Since I downloaded this image, I believe this was the image. I'll not upload it, but I'll show you how do you select this image. So this should be within this box. So you want to zoom the image. You want to zoom this image by 10 times by just clicking once. You can simply click 30 times, 40 times. And then if you click plus, this will zoom 40 times. But the image is getting pixelated, so you need to play around with this. This is how you can upload the image and add the images here. You can change all of this images, about us, terms and condition. All of these details can be changed. Okay, so let's proceed. Okay, so I believe we are done with the session. Let me check. So there are different type of statuses. There'll be different types of statuses like cancel status, confirm status that you can view at the front end. For now, I signed out from the as an agent, but I would want you all to as an assignment. I mean, it's not really an assignment, but I would want you all to keep exploring. The more you practice, the more easier it gets. I think. I mean, it's with everything, not just with the system, but it's general in life. So I would suggest you all to keep exploring, uh, keep keep navigating, and then this will get it. It will be very easy for you to navigate the system, and then you will get a grasp of the system, and it will be a piece of cake going forward. For now, I know it's overwhelming, it's too complicated, but I try to explain. I'll try my best to explain you in bits and pieces uh, and not jumble up. And I hope that the session was informative. So I've explained you this, I've explained you this. Okay, let me take you as a bonus. I'll show you the receipt allocation. Okay, so please bear with me. I have to select search for the agent that I created. I'll log in as this agent. Just get rid of these tabs. I'll search this booking, my bookings. I want to allocate a receipt for this booking. So how do I do that? I'll show it to you. I got the booking reference number. Now, this time we explored this bookings tab, customers tab. What else did we explore? Masters, tools, settings. So we've explored all of this. Now we need to allocate this receipt against this booking. So this time we'll explore the accounts tab. Go to accounts, agents, receipt, and click on new. You enter the agent's information. I know the agent's number, agent code, I mean 370. Let's find out if we can find out something on this. Okay, we found this agent. INR. Let's say the agent paid today itself. You may have your own ways to add this receipt numbers. You could add a note, say received full amount of tour for booking ID. Okay, this is the amount which is still due. And let's say the agent paid the entire. That is 3070.61. And how did he make a payment to you? Either by check, cash, bank. So I would just simply say bank. And I'll fill in all of this mandatory details. The bank date, instrument number, you could add your own instrument number and click on save. It gives me a pop-up. Are you sure to complete this receipt for the selected entity? I would say yes, I agree. Okay. So enter the book receipt number here. Now I need to allocate this receipt. For some reason, here there should be an icon to allocate the receipt, but for some reason I'm not. Since this is a demo environment, it's not visible. Let me reload this page and check. Okay, if you see there are some information missing. Okay, let's explore this. So for now, for some reason, I'm not able to allocate this. However, there will be a small bar graph icon um, here. Once you click on that, there will be an option known as allocate receipt for the booking. Once you click that, then you'll be able to allocate this booking. For some reason, I'm not able to allocate it for now. Since it's a test environment, we do get this such errors in the dummy environment because there are a lot of our development team working on this as I'm conducting this work now. We find another way. This is for credit notes and debit notes, but it's very certain that the receipt allocation has to be done from here. For some reason, it's not. I cannot find it here. Let me find if I can add the booking ID and then allocate this booking. For some weird reason, it's not giving me an option. Let me check. Okay, so it's saying no receipt allocated to this booking ID. The reason being because it's not been allocated. But this is how you create a receipt. And once you create the receipt, this is how you can add the allocation against the booking. But for some reason, I'm not able to allocate this here. But in your system, you will not face this issue. There should be a small bar icon here, bar graph icon, where you can click there and you can allocate the booking. So as a bonus, this was explained. Okay, this is explained. Okay. So I believe we have completed all of this. Thank you for being patient. I hope you are still here, all of you. Okay. It's been 1.5 hours, but I hope that this was informative to you guys. And if you all have any questions right now, you all can I can cater to those questions. You all can drop me, drop a chat message here, and I can cater to those questions. And also at the end of the session, once this gets over, I will share the a feedback form. You all could share a feedback. Any kind of criticism would be fine. It would be a constructive criticism for me. If any changes that needs to be done, you could share those, or you could simply right now you can type your messages here, and I could cater to your questions. Any of you guys, Shabina, Majid, Abdul, Anar, Majid. Any of you guys, Shabina, Majid, Abdul, Anar. Uh, it's a sales team. There's no name. Mokam is. I hope this session was informative. Uh, you're welcome, Shabina. Thank you. Thank you for being present, in fact, and being attentive as well. You're welcome, Kamas. Thank you, Shabina. Also, do register for the next webinars. The next one is on this Monday at the same time, and I'll also be sharing a feedback form. So, any constructive criticism is welcome. Uh, that will help me to outgrow myself, as well as it will help our entire team, as it will help our customers as well, which is you guys. Majid, Abdul, Anar, uh, any of you guys have any other questions? I'll also stop the recording now.